Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, me and Hayden, this is Hayden.
Hi.
I'm here with Hannah. This is Hannah. We just did Hayden. I was with Hayden, now I'm with Hannah. And we are doing an epilepsy Q&A, take 2. Me and Hayden are going to be doing a, what are we doing? An
Q&A.
epilepsy Q&A. Okay, number 1. How has me having epilepsy affected us being friends?
I mean, you know.
Yeah, not our
we'll
actual
still be
friendship,
friends,
yeah.
But
How has it hindered, I guess, things we do, maybe?
not hindered, I guess modified. Maybe modified.
There you go, I like that better. It's modified
It's
what
modified.
Well, I don't think it's really affected us being friends. I mean, it's kind of changed the way I view my own life, I guess, because, like, I kind of see it as more, you can bring anything positive out the negative.
we do. Yeah.
Fortunately, you can't drive.
Yeah.
That's one thing, which I don't mind driving places. I mean,
Shucks. Thanks for that.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Since I can't drive, I can't, like, meet you places or anything.
I could drive, or
But you can drive.
I could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could drive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would you treat me differently if I didn't have epilepsy?
No.
Thanks.
No.
Thanks.
I would not.
Thank you.
Well, at the end of the day, you're still a person who deserves to be treated the same, no matter,
Preach, bro.
like, disability, disorder, no matter what. Now, with your aquagenic urticaria, I don't want to say I'd treat you different, but, like, we can't go, like, swimming
You
and
can't
stuff
go,
like
like,
that.
swimming
Yeah.
or in the rain. For those of you who don't know, I have aquagenic urticaria. I'm allergic to water. It's a real thing. Look it up. Oh, this one would be a good one, because I think I remember this. How did you react the first time I had a seizure around you?
Well,
This was a long time ago. For backstory, Hannah was my babysitter when I was like 8. When I was 8, right?
7.
7.
Almost
when I was
8. It was a
7.
month before you were
So
7.
it's been like almost 10 years
Mm-hmm.
of us being friends. So do you even remember the first time I had a seizure around you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do, but you had after you were diagnosed, I remember that.
Mhm.
I'm sure your mom prepared me.
Yeah.
For that,
you were
so I
prepared.
wasn't
Hayden was
completely-
not prepared. Hayden didn't
Yeah.
even know. I don't even know if he knew that I had seizures, because I know I hadn't like told him, like maybe Gwen
Yeah.
said something to him or something.
Yeah.
But I know that he didn't know because I didn't tell him. And so he just thought I was like staring off into space.
The first one I knew about that I thought you have, and it was just me or around you, you were, one where you shake, what kind is that?
Tonic-clonic.
Tonic-clonic.
Yeah.
So your left side
Yeah.
was shaking, and so, I mean, I think I was calm. I was trying to be horses
Trying to
like
be
I
calm. Yeah.
I hope I'm doing what's the right thing.
Yeah.
But I know she told me,
Yeah.
your mom told me to time it and stay with you. And
I mean, that's really what you can do anyways.
Yeah.
well, I was like, you good?
Because wasn't it you and we were sitting in here
We were sitting here, we were
and
playing
you didn't,
with,
you didn't realize.
No, we were playing with poppets.
Yes, and he didn't realize that I was having a seizure, so he was just like,
You good?
"You're good." The absence ones are the worst too because people don't know if I'm either
Yeah, because
like,
either if you're just like,
dazed out and like staring off, or if I'm having a seizure.
yeah.
Ow.
Go!
Oh, face ID,
Oh,
there's your
but-
face. How do you react when I have a seizure now?
I mean, yeah, I'm not as, I don't know, yeah, panicked, but
Yeah.
I'm a little less, it's a little less, I don't know, say less scary either, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
well, I know
always
what
like,
you
I
mean.
don't
You're a pro
It
now.
always-
You've done
yeah.
it for so long.
Yeah.
It's
I know
you
what to do better now. I know works, I
Yeah.
guess, and what can happen. And
Yeah.
what does happen with it. So, I still time it, and then of course
Yeah.
I always stay with you and find your magnet if I can for your device. But
This one. Oh no, Harry! Okay. Harry fell out of his train. Oh no. He lost his train of thought.
Well, for one, I know how to act a lot calmer. And, like,
Yes.
because now it's just kind of something you're used to, I guess.
Yeah.
And, like, whenever I'm on the phone with you and you, like, start seizing or something, I just like, oh, just call her mom.
Just call her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the worst, is what most people do. It's just like straight up panic. Do you think people should react to a person with a service animal?
Well,
You've had some experience with this area. How do you think... God. Okay. How do you think people should react to a person with a service animal? This one's good.
Okay.
have a service animal, okay?
Because you've seen some of the crazy stuff.
Leave them alone.
Preach.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much the only.
The wrap-up of that is
Wrap-up.
leave it alone.
Don't be unkind. Just kind of, you know,
Mm.
dogs are supposed to, the service dogs.
Mm.
Yeah, leave service animals alone,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
Because
Ignore them.
they're
Like
working.
they're not there.
Yeah. Like it says, no eye contact, no talking,
Yes.
no petting.
Just
Yeah.
basically just ignore them.
Just
Like the dog isn't there.
accept them and ignore them.
Yes.
Okay. One, don't approach the dog. Just don't walk up and pet the service animal. That
Oh,
is
preach.
never a good idea because one, the dog is on duty. They have a job and their job is to do whatever they're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Like under certain circumstances you might need to interact with a dog. Like if the service dog comes up to you,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that's probably
Then
a
you
sign
need
of like,
to
hey,
follow it or something.
yeah,
But only if it's alone, obviously.
don't talk to it. If you're gonna talk to someone about the animal, talk to the owner.
Oh,
Just
talk to
don't
the
talk. Don't
person.
talk to the dog.
Oh, because so many people just are like, "What's your name?" Like,
And like,
do you think the dog's going to respond?
and if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all.
Just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I know that like the ignoring thing doesn't apply most of the time because you're bringing a dog into a store.
Yeah, that's
You know,
hard.
most people are going to look, and like that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't even mind people asking questions. Like,
Yeah.
ask questions, please. I would love to tell you. But
Yeah.
the distracting and talking and everything
Yeah.
else is just like,
Yeah.
and yeah, like
Over
you,
the top, yeah.
like you said, the staring. A lot of times I just think like, you know, okay, yes, it is a dog in a public place, but I'm not a zoo. I'm not here for your entertainment, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. The thing to keep in mind is that they're working.
Yeah.
They're trying to help someone
Yeah,
who
well,
has...
they're medical equipment. They're
Right.
legally classified as medical equipment.
Yeah.
So.
They're there to help their handler with their illness or medical, you know,
Yeah.
whatever they have going on. So let them do their job, basically.
Yeah.
So I think Mel doesn't get distracted very easily.
She doesn't, no.
In her best. She's
no.
like...
Well, that's like
She's
I remember
working.
one time when we had Kitty, somebody came up and was like petting all over Kitty, just like really going at distracting her, and she alerted to me while the person was petting her.
Really?
Like you know,
Yeah.
sometimes they're so well trained, you know,
Yeah.
that they'll do it, but you know, there's still things like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a dog. Whenever there's a person going, "Puppy," you know, they're gonna look.
Yeah.
Like, you know, normally they're trained to look away, but
Right.
if somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hey," I have no choice but to be like, "Oh my gosh." What do you think is the appropriate way to treat someone with a disability or disorder?
Treat them as a person. They're still a person at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I mean, like, if they ask for help, like, don't just help them 24/7 because that may make them feel useless in a way. Like, if they ask for
Yes.
help, help them.
Oh, yes.
Just treat them as you'd treat any other normal person.
Preach, bro.
Not to say that you're not normal.
Oh, I am not normal. I am so not normal. Like, be understanding. Like, understand that
Like, understand
I
the
do
fact
need
that
help
this
sometimes,
person-
but
they're still a person. Be humane to them.
yeah,
Like,
like,
especially
we're
in-
not unicorns or anything.
Especially in, like,
but-
modern society with kids our age being naive and stuff, they may pick on someone for doing, like, things that are blunt or out of control, and it's may or may not be their fault.
Yeah, well, that's like I have
necessarily.
ticks. And
Yeah.
so, like, sometimes I'll just be like, and, like...
And, like,
you
that's
know.
nothing you can control.
Right, there's nothing I can do about that, so it's like, just treat me like a normal person, like it's not even there. Unless you need to realize that it's there, like a seizure or something.
Yeah.
Well, like they're a person. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have differences because of that disability, but be understanding, I think, is an important thing. Because, I mean, if you have a disability or disorder, it affects your life in a lot of different ways, and other people may not understand that, or may not be able to understand exactly what you're going through, but they can still be understanding of the fact that,
That you may need help.
Right.
Or, you know.
yeah, you may need help, or just give you grace, understanding, and realize, you know, hey, something's going on, or they have something going on that's hard. I mean, having a disability or disorder is hard. I mean,
Yeah. Is there anything that you've ever wanted to ask me about? epilepsy, like you personally.
Are you aware that you have seizures? Are you, like, conscious?
Well, so I have 6 different types of seizures.
6?
The ones I have most of the time are either focal, absence, or tonic-clonic. And the tonic-clonic ones are like the ones where I like fall down and shake, and those, I've never been aware of those. Like I remember before the seizure and I remember after the seizure, but like in between, like I don't.
Well, can you see during some of them?
During those, I cannot. During the tonic-clonic ones, like I can't see, I can't hear, I can't feel. Like I'm pretty much just out.
So you're still conscious, but like
still conscious, but I don't remember.
You don't remember anything about it.
The absence ones are the ones I hate the most because I'm aware, like fully aware, and those like scare me so bad. But like, and it's the opposite of what the ones that look the scariest aren't the scariest to me. Like the tonic-clonic ones where I shake and fall down and stuff aren't the scariest to me because I remember before the seizure and I remember after the seizure, and I know nothing in between. Like literally, I know nothing in between, and so that one isn't scariest to me. But the absence ones are the scariest to me, which is the ones that I have most often. Because I'm like fully aware. I mean, obviously I'm having a seizure, so I'm not fully aware, but I'm aware that I'm having a seizure, and somehow I have a slight concept of time, and so sometimes I'll be like, I'll be in here alone or something, mom and dad are watching TV or something, nothing they can do about that, and an alarm doesn't go off. But, like, I'll know that I'm having a seizure, and I'll know that, oh my gosh, this is a long time, and I can't move, I can't do anything about it, so it's just like,
as if you can hear what's going on around you.
Yeah, that's also a fuzzy line. Literally, it's a fuzzy line. It's like everybody's moving really slow.
So it's like a big slow-mo shot.
Yeah, it's like a big slow-mo shot. Like everybody's moving really slow, and like I can hear stuff, but it's just like chopped up kind of stuff.
IRL lag.
Yeah, but no, with the absence ones and the focal ones. Well, the focal ones kind of vary on sight, but with the absence ones, I can see. And I don't have a lot of, black spots or blurry vision or anything, but it's just like I am, obviously looking at one spot and can't look away, no matter how much I try. And I know I described it in my book, but I used to try. I don't do it anymore because I learned my lesson, but I used to, consciously try to look away, and that would make this like weird pressure come up from the back of my eyes, and I'll never do that again. Everything's very sharp and choppy, and like just kind of like I don't get the whole thing. It's just kind of like a weird messed up TV screen. It's weird. And same thing with the hearing. Like I can hear stuff. Like I heard Anne scream like bloody murder. Poor Anne. But yeah, I can hear stuff. It's just like it sounds like I described it in my book, it sounds like somebody's got a muffler over their mouth or something. It's just like, and it's just like chopped up, and I can't really hear, it's just, it's a weird kind of,
so everything's distorted, basically.
Yeah, very distorted. Like a lot of times, like you were saying, like you don't really realize sometimes that I'm having an absence seizure because like I'm just staring. It's
absent. Like
yeah, yeah, like an alarm doesn't go off or anything. But yeah, and the focal ones are like a mix between the tonic-clonic ones and absence ones. Like, how like my hand gets all stiff and like it will been like that. You
can't like move it.
Yeah, those are like when I have the focal ones, and a lot of times with the focal ones I'll like pick at stuff like that. That is a scar from like years of, for some reason I guess that's just a position I go into when I have a seizure, is I'll like do like this. And like I can't I'll like pick at clothing and stuff, and it's going to sometimes, and so I just like can't let go. But yeah, and then sometimes my hand will like lock up like that. Like it's just so tight. If you want to ask me anything, get it out in the open. Although it's been 10 years, so if you needed to ask me anything, you probably would have by now.
Because I always talk to you during a seizure to a degree, just like to let you know I'm there.
Thanks.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, so. I said, like it's like I can.
But yeah.
Sometimes I don't even remember it. Like I know that I can, but I just don't, But like I said, it just kind of, sometimes, most of the time, it's just like cut, muffled, weird, distorted things, It's just like, I know that you're talking and I can hear some stuff, it's just a weird, messed up thing. Hayden was like, so it's a glitching TV screen. It's like, yeah. Do
or
it.
service animals.
Oh,
Worst
okay.
worst service animal experience with people.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Give me a minute.
And at TJ Maxx that you told me about with the kids.
Throwing stuff at her.
Yeah.
Yes, I have had a couple kids like throw stuff at her. And like one time this kid in TJ Maxx just like walked up with like a big old like bouncy ball and just like hit her in the face with it. It was whenever she was in training. I did a YouTube video on it. I'll link that in the description. Something like service dogs are gonna have to deal with. And like a lot of times with kids, with those kids in that specific scenario, there were no parents watching them and there were no parents around and they were fairly young.
So it's kind of a lot
And
of,
so it was
like,
more,
if their parents were there, I mean, that probably would have never happened.
It was totally a fault of the parent and not the child, because obviously they'd never been taught not to walk up to a service animal, and you know, they were probably just curious, and you know, but yeah, it's normally with children, it's always the parent's fault, or like, you know, more a fault of the parent for not educating them or keeping up with them.
Fair share of stuff with adults too. Yeah, that amazes me.
Yeah,
like,
I've had people like,
y'all are grown adults. Leave the girl alone.
Yes, thank you. But one of the worst like encounters I've had, or one that's most memorable to me, I think I told you about it. I know I told you about it.
You probably did.
Was we were at this like Christmas thing. We were Christmas shopping pretty much. And I'd had a really bad seizure and I was sitting in this chair and the two ladies walked by and Mal has a patch on her vest that says no touch, no talk, no eye contact, I'm working. And she was doing DPT, which if you don't know what that is, like her whole front of her body was up on my legs, just calm me down. And like I said, I mean, it was a bad seizure, so I was just like, yeah, I was out of it and I was just sitting there and this lady walked by, you know, she like kind of, you know, talked to her and like, oh, what a pretty puppy. It's just so out of it, like I wasn't gonna say anything, like I'm just like, you know, Mal was working fine. And she like read the patch out loud, and so she was like, said it pretty sassily, like, no touch, no talk, no eye contact.
Don't tell me what to do.
And then she said like, no touch, no talk, no eye contact, I'm working. And then she said, well, what's she working for you now, sweetheart? Like, just kind of like that.
Like,
And,
I don't know, maybe it's the fact that I just had a seizure.
Well, I just kind of, you know, very obviously very politely said, you know, well, I actually just had a seizure and this is a task that she's doing right now, so she is actually currently working. You know, I was like real nice about it, but that one just like made me so mad because I was just like I am obviously disoriented and
For
just,
one,
like,
you're
sitting
disoriented.
here.
Number two,
Yeah.
this is an adult.
right.
Like,
That's like,
you think an adult would maybe be like, oh, this dog is working.
well, and like if
maybe
she read
we
the patch,
shouldn't.
she read the patch out loud, and it's like, do you think it's there for you to laugh at? Or do you think it's there just to read, not to actually follow the rules? Yeah, that one I'll probably remember for a long time because it's just like, it was just like she was so sassy about it. And you know, it made it worse that I just literally had a seizure. Yeah, poor you, I didn't even prep you. Hayden had time to prep for the questions because I called him to ask him for questions because I couldn't come up with any.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, give me some questions you
There's
can ask me. And
questions,
he was like, would you treat me differently if I didn't have epilepsy? I was like, you don't even have it. Yes, thank you. Yeah, he came up with those himself. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I came up
Good
with
job,
the service
Hayden.
animal one. Nice work, Hayden. Hannah says nice work.
As many as people are negative and don't do the right thing with service dogs, there's plenty of people who know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whenever you came to our school that one day for the award ceremony, I was so
Yeah.
shocked that someone didn't come
That
up to you
someone
and
did-
like,
yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people that, you know, like, most, you know, you're supposed to just ignore service dogs. So, like, I'll see a lot of people, you know, just look at her, you know, in a store or something.
Really, there's not a problem
like-
just, like, looking at a dog.
Right, I mean, like, I'm bringing a dog in public. It's
Yeah.
understandable. You're going to look. And, like, I don't mind that. But, like, I love the people that will just noticeably see her
But, like,
and just like, walk away.
yeah. Just
It's like,
ignore the
thank
fact
you to not
to not, like, go up and ask something about the dog, which is not asking questions.
asking. I don't mind. Yeah, it's the distracting her and,
No, it's just
Or,
rude.
yeah, or just being
It's
rude.
like, a dog's on duty. You
Yes.
don't need to distract
Yes.
a dog.
You know, this dog is literally kind of my lifeline, so,
Like,
you
have
know,
you ever
it's
had
like-
any trouble with, like, going to stores and, like, store employees, like, trying to kick you out?
Oh gosh. Well, we've only had like 1 or 2 access issues, which is really crazy because
Because, like, it's
know,
illegal to deny
it
access to
is,
someone with
yeah,
a service animal.
it is illegal. But, you know, a lot of people just, like, normally, like, they just aren't trained to know that. You know, like, the employees just
Yeah.
aren't trained to know. Like, I was denied access or tried to deny access into a hotel, what do you call the eating area in a hotel?
A hotel dining room? Or
Dining room. Hotel dining room, thank you. But like the breakfast buffet thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, like one time me and Mel were walking in there and I think she was, you know, just like the chef or something, you know, that was just cleaning around in there, and she was like, normally we don't allow service animals in here, and I think maybe she was remembering like emotional support animals.
Yeah, because like there's a difference between like emotional support and
yeah,
service
there's
animals.
totally a difference. But like, you know, a lot of people bring emotional support animals into hotels, so like, and those don't have public access, so she was probably just told emotional support animal isn't allowed in here. Yeah, we just like, you know, very politely told her that, you know, she has to stay with me, like legally she has to stay with me. Normally whenever you put in the word legally, they're like, oh no. You know, yeah, she was really nice after that. You know, she was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, like she just obviously didn't know. One time we went to eat, and we'd reserved a table for like next to the window, like out in the main area, I guess. And one of the waitress the waitress that sat us just kind of like looked at us and then sat us in like this separate room where like no one else was. And then Mom was like, we reserved a table for, you know, this section, and the lady said she was gonna have to go ask someone, like I guess about the dog, but then she obviously went and asked, and another waitress was like, no, it's fine, you know, but yeah, again, it's, you know, just lack of education. She wasn't being mean, she was, you know. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would, before you go, please like and subscribe. Is it on this side or this side? Anyway, like and subscribe on one of these sides, and thanks again. Have a good day.